Yo, what's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to I Do It Myself. I'm Wayno. Let's just start out by saying I hope y'all have a good Friday and a good weekend. Put some of that bread up. You feel me? If you like what it is I do over here, hit that sub button, run up them likes, man. We are still in the saga of YSL, aka Thug, and also Gunna. Yeah, man. So listen, right? So listen, I'm gonna keep it 1,000, man. He low key one of the funniest people ever, man. We've had so many serious conversations on this topic, but it's time for some laughter today, man. It's time for some laughter. It's time to just talk about jokes and just be very, very honest about how we also talk in our private lives, even though nobody gets a chance to hear this shit, right? So, Thug, man, first off, have y'all seen the memes, yo? This one, Flacco put this up. It says, if I send you this, just go ahead and call me on the phone. I got a lot to say about everybody and everything, right? Then they put my man Thug, man. They put him on the what's the name? On the Over It cover, the Summer Walker album cover, yo. Like they had turned my man into a meme. But guess what, yo? The call with him and GloRilla, bro. Well, him talking about GloRilla. Let's just watch it and we gonna come back and talk about it a little bit more.
I saw this. I saw the girl, Gorilla. She,
Yeah.
why do people say she pretty? That be ugly as fuck.
You think she ugly?
You said it. Like, yeah, they say she ain't ugly. Men, niggas be saying she ain't ugly. That bitch ain't nothing.
They be saying she look like Rihanna.
Man, be like goddamn Brianna.
Oh
Rihanna. Man, watch out.
man.
She look like Rihanna. Long ass bullshit ass wig, skinny shit. Goddamn big ass head, big mouth. Man, watch out.
Mm.
It's crazy. There probably niggas really running around sneaking with her too. She on the henna.
Oh yeah, I'm sure some other niggas in her DM and stuff. Probably. But I be feeling like sometimes a lot of niggas like that, it'll be like if the girl was regular and you weren't trying to fuck with the girl, it's just like she got a number one song and you know.
Mhm. Nigga just like, oh, let hit her. Man, bitch ain't talking about nothing. I will not pursue her at all, ever. Man, watch out. Watch out. That shit ain't man. All the shit I seen about her.
Yo, why he keep saying, man? Watch out. Yo, this nigga Thug talk like a mechanic, man. He keeps saying, man, watch out. But yo, here's the thing. So, Thug, he said what he said, right? Like he said what he said, but I really feel like somebody hit him with yo, that's a black woman because he apologized. Because he apologized, man. Yo, but listen, this the thing. I hate the fact that everybody is like this perfect person just because they don't get caught doing shit. Let's not sit here in front like y'all all be talking favorable about people in y'all private time. Y'all know damn well y'all talk shit about rappers, y'all talk shit about me, y'all talk shit about people you work with, everybody, right? But Thug, he said, well, first GloRilla responded. She said, mind you, this the same nigga blowing my phone up to ask what color my eyes is, right? Laughing my ass off. So Thug, he responded, he says, first of all, I'm sorry to you for my words, and I honestly don't think you're ugly at all. I was speaking from jail, just having a hard time with life. He said, I don't like bashing girls and hardly ever did. I'm sorry to you, twin. Yo, I'm telling you, somebody hit him with that's a black woman. You can't be saying shit like that, right? But yo, I said this in one of my group chats. Thug gonna have to come back with one of them Diddy videos like, man, I was in a dark place. I was fucked up. I was doing bad. I was down bad. He gonna have to come out with one of those videos. But he does have a Big Facts episode coming out with Big Bank. So we are going to get some answers because it's not going to be like that Bobby Altoff or whatever her name is interview with homie. You know what I'm saying? But look, what I really wanted to talk about today is the dynamics and how everything is shifted. Because remember when Gunna first came home, Yes Ma'am and all that came out, y'all was on Gunna ass saying that his career was over. Even Thug, I mean, he's, you know what I mean, on calls talking about him saying that, you know, his career is done and he ain't gonna be able, like after that first album, he ain't gonna be able to do nothing. But it seems as if Gunna has been putting on a master class as to how you're supposed to come home. You know what I mean, what you supposed to do when you come home. Now, Atlanta fully turned their back on Gunna. And I mean, you know, it's depending on which side you flip the coin, you got people who agree and people who disagree. That's just that. But Gunna has shown that if you keep on working, if you willing to do the work, it don't matter what nobody got to say about you. Let's just keep it 1,000 because Gunna, you know, he did the 5K run for charity. He did the run for charity in New York City. I saw that he was gifted some sort of certificate from the New York City Council, right? I mean, first of all, let's just keep it 1,000, right? I'm not going to say that that's a bad thing. I love it. But artists from New York can't even get that going because a lot of people don't have no brands. They don't know what they want to do with themselves. Everybody's stuck being tough. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's stuck being tough. And Gunna, he got this run club. Then he posts this. He posts a whole ad with Under Armour.
Seen it.
Yeah, this is a public service announcement to anyone out there.
Yeah, y'all invited, but no disrespect. Come get cooked, I'm telling you.
And we be here every day.
It's a party. You cannot get in.
You gonna make that call?
Oh yeah, we on that. We on that. What the hell is that? Cut.
Initial traffic delays were caused by... Oh my... That's just the Jefferson! Right there! That's Gunna! Right there, that's Kenwood!
It's a W for us, a big win. That's what I'm telling you.
I want to ready break.
A masterclass of how to shift your brand, a masterclass of how to show people how it's done. Now, I want to know, do y'all think that Gunna is going to be able, not Gunna, Thugger is going to be able to have some sort of level of redemption? Is there any level of redemption for Thug, right? But seeing this took me back to the COD. Remember the COD ad that Gunna and Thug did together?
Slap. Long time no see, my brother? Long time.
I mean, I think too much damage has been done in Atlanta as far as the artists. Now, people calling Atlanta Ratlanta. Listen, it's been a lot of slander, yo. It's been a whole lot of slander to the city as a whole. You know what I'm saying? To the city as a whole. And I also don't think that that's fair. You know what I mean? I don't think it's fair to put the actions of said individuals on the entire city or what the entire city represents. From my understanding, from what I've always known, Atlanta has always been a city about black prominence. Myself, when I moved to Georgia, my whole idea was for my children to be able to see black people doing it on every single level, right? So you go to a cleaners, it might be a black person owning that. You go to the movies, it might be a black person as the manager or running the whole thing. You go to restaurants and it's black people running everything. Not saying that you don't get that in New York or Jersey where I was living at, but you see it more often in Atlanta. And I don't think that, like, because what's going on in the hip hop scene, that people should put that whole moniker on the entire town, because it's still a great town. I mean, Marvel films, all of his movies here. It's so much stuff that goes here beyond just the music. But seeing, you know, the ad, it got me to think. I'm like, damn, man, are we never gonna see this, like, this level of redemption for Thug? Now, YSL Woody has been doing a lot of interviews. He's always doing interviews. He's actually been streaming since he's since his accident the other day where he was hurt really, really bad. He got a baby on the way. But YSL Woody makes a lot of good points, and he's been making a lot of good points. And he basically says something to the degree of, for the artists that are getting involved, well, not necessarily getting involved, but the ones that's been speaking, to Thug behind the wall or whatever, when he was behind the wall, stay out of it because it don't involve them, right? And he basically said about how, he did a lot of this stuff because he loved these guys and he thought that they all got a second chance at life and to move forward. And the reason why Thug is in the position that he's in is because of karma, one, right? A lot of people think that as a boss, he never took care of his guys. You know what I mean? He never really did much for them. I'm talking about the dudes that was in the street. He never really did much for them. That's why they turned. But I think that's a very, very minute way of looking at things. Like if you go to prison, right, or you got chance at looking at prison, self-preservation for the average person is gonna kick into their mindset. You know what I mean? It's gonna kick into their mindset as to how they could save themselves before they doing anything for anybody. Now, yeah, of course. I read in the Art of War that Genghis Khan, the way he built a lot of his armies was he would go and capture the general, right? And talk to the generals and the soldiers and say, yo, like, what's going on? How you feeling? And a lot of them was like, man, such and such don't do nothing for me. So he would recruit them and build his army, right? So you got to take care of your personnel, especially if you're in the streets. But there's no loyalty in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you take care of somebody, even if you're doing everything, paying them for everything that they do, man, self-preservation is always going to kick in. Because ain't nothing like somebody sitting on the phone and their girl is like, you ain't going to say nothing, so you just going to leave me out here to take care of these kids? You know what I mean? And for a lot of people, they've never faced that, and hopefully you never have to deal with something like that. But that's what kicks in when we start talking about the streets. Even look at Dirk's situation. You know what I'm saying? Look at Dirk's situation. It's going to get, listen, it's going to get real ugly before it gets better. But Gunna specifically, right? Gunna has showed people through music, through branding, through health and wellness, opening up a gym in Miami, powered by him going on a fitness journey and changing all of his homies to go on a fitness journey. Listen, the streets is always going to be the streets. But the streets is very, very low vibrational. You know what I'm saying? The streets is very, very low vibrational. Most times if you on the block, and I'm not talking about the person who, if you got a job and you live in the hood, I'm not talking about that. You go and you sit with a couple of these dudes that ain't got nothing going on, but they gang, whatever they hustling, whatever they doing, have conversations with them. A lot of them conversations is very, very low, very, very low vibrational. A lot of people are dealing with trauma. A lot of people don't know how to communicate. A lot of people don't know how to express themselves or their emotions. No, Umar, because I said the same thing 3 times. They don't know how to convey their messages. They don't know how to express themselves. They don't know how to communicate, essentially. And then you got to ask yourself, is that somewhere where you see you at, right? So 2 things today's episode. One is Thug is fucking hilarious. Like, let's just keep it 1,000, man. I think, I'm not looking at what he said about GloRilla as like this horrible thing, because that never was meant to get out. People say things about people behind their backs. That's just how life goes. It's not exclusive to him. Your mother talk about people. You know what I mean? When I was a kid and I used to go to church, old ladies used to be talking about the old ladies that's walking in the church, talking about their outfits and stuff. So let's not sit here sit on the iron throne and act like don't nobody ever said nothing about nobody. But goddamn, if this nigga ain't funny. Man, watch out. That man, watch out shit got me dying. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Is there any room, and it's very, very early, it's extremely early, but it's very, 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 very early, man. People are on Thug back. Is there any room for redemption for him in his career? Or do y'all think his career is over? I mean, let's honestly be speaking, man. We've seen so much worse. We've seen so much worse with people's careers. 6ix9ine is trying to make a comeback now. You know what I mean? People is starting trends, talk about why did we cancel 6ix9ine. So y'all let me know how y'all feel. This is I do it myself. For the ones that rock with me, you know who we doing. For the ones that don't, eventually you will. Catch y'all this weekend on stream. I got to get back to streaming, y'all. I've been slacking. Peace.